Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to NHL 2K6 here on the PS2. We are here in Detroit, or I guess back here in Detroit, continuing on the series. This is the last game in Detroit before we start alternating back and forth to decide a winner of this series. So hopefully that is us, but we will probably find out here over the course of this video, however many games that may take. So the first video, I was able to fit 3 games in, so we're going to try and squeeze in another 3 games in this series. 6 games is more than enough time for the series to have a definitive winner, so we're going to hopefully see if that can be us, because I would not want to have to include a Game 7 here in an off-season, or a Game 7 and split it with the next series if we do move on, and, you know, this, that, and the other. So hopefully we can win this series within this video and move on, which would be crazy to say. Again, us winning a playoff series is absolutely nuts, insane. So here in the first period, early in the first period, just a couple minutes in, and it's Therian Fleury who's already going to net a puck in the back of the net to get his 3rd playoff goal of this series. As it was Todd Marchand who centered it for Fleury, and Fleury just had enough of a clear lane to flip that puck into the net. As you can see, the Red Wings had some defensive pressure right in there in the vicinity. I think it was Chris Chelios. Was that Chelios who tried to lay down a bit of a check there, and it came about a second too late as Cujo was beat on the blocker side thanks to Therian Fleury's little goal there, a little wrist shot. So first period's going to end with us taking a 1-goal lead into the intermission. And hopefully we can continue to build on to that lead here. But look at the shot tally, man. 13-1 in shots. We are absolutely holding down this game right now. Holding it down. But the second period comes and goes without anything really happening. So the 1-0 lead still holds. And Detroit adds about 5 more shots in the second period. But still completely lopsided game here for Columbus. So now halfway through the third period, Detroit gets the puck in, gets the loose puck in our own end. And it ends up in the net behind Mark Denise. And Denise didn't look like he got a clear vision of it. That one looked like it might have snuck by him as Mark Bell retrieved a loose puck in our own end as we were unable to get it out of the zone, and he just kind of crashes the net, really. Just kind of forces it past Mark Denise, and it gets in there, yeah. There was some defensive pressure as well. Mark Denise went down, I guess, to try and play defensively, and it didn't work. So we're going to head into overtime. We're going to need overtime to decide this as the game comes to a close here, tied at 1 apiece. So it's our first bit of overtime hockey here in the playoffs. It's still kind of a bit one-sided here. We're out-shooting the Wings by about 9 shots, so this should be our game. Marchand sends it over to Fleury. Fleury off of the rebound gets the puck, sends it across to Rick Nash, and Rick Nash buries it behind Cujo. So that is going to be the game winner here. Look at the celebration. My goodness. A playoff overtime win, I guess, is quite the celebration. So Therian Fleury finds Rick Nash, and one heck of a back shot, man. I mean, just look at that. Just phew. Wow. From that distance, a backhanded shot is kind of crazy. It's kind of wild. So, and Cujo was playing that one low, I guess because he was down. He couldn't get back up and couldn't really see the puck either. There was some defense in his face as well, his own players in his face. He was unable to get high and make that save. So we're going to take the overtime win here, but there's no extra points to get. That's just a win, baby. It's just tallied as a win. So, we're going to take that win, and Detroit's going to get absolutely nothing for stretching this one into overtime. So we are now in pretty good shape to win a series, if at all possible. So that's going to take the series back to Columbus with an opportunity. I think I'm trying to remember exactly, the order of games, but we are up 3-1 in the series, so we are back in Columbus today with an opportunity to clinch the series. I mean, we could win it here today and get our 4th win as we are up 3-1 currently in the series. So and Detroit going to try and fight their way back here as now they're facing elimination moving forward. So they have to come back from behind and take 2 games from us if they even want to continue this series, which to think that this Red Wings team is on the ropes, courtesy of the Blue Jackets, is absolute insanity. I mean, I'm not going to finish saying that because, I mean, just it's crazy that this is where we're at. So here in the first period, late in the first period, about 5 minutes left, Shanahan behind the net's going to flip it in front of the net, and that's the captain, Steve Yzerman, who's going to bury this one behind Mark Denise and get his first goal of the playoffs, just his first goal of the playoffs, really late for a guy like that, if you're the Detroit Red Wings, you really need a guy like Stevie to produce a little bit earlier than Game 5 in the first series. So, tough break here, but Steve Yzerman does get on the board. So the Wings, he puts the Wings on the board and gets his first playoff goal of the series. So good on the Wings, I guess. But that is all that is going to happen in the first period. So the Wings are going to take a 1-goal lead. I'm pretty sure we took a 1-goal lead into the first intermission last game. So now, the Wings have flipped it. So not much to speak of statistically. But here in the second period, about 5 minutes in here, loose puck behind the net retrieved. And it's a quick one-timer in front of the net again. And it's another goal for the Wings here. Alex Kovalev, I think the Wings are probably on their second or third line here, creating some offense here as Kovalev is able to flip this one past Mark Denise's glove, and the Wings just kind of sending it around themselves here in our own zone. They had a couple Wings loose in front of the net here. Really bad positioning from our defense, but still, nonetheless, so the Wings are going to take a 2-goal lead over the Jackets here. But late in the second period, just under a minute left to go, trying to get something going here as it's Sanderson who flips it over to Verborny, and Verborny's going to get a playoff goal himself. He'll tally himself here. It's probably not his first, but there was no rewind on that one or no replay on it. So we do manage to cut the deficit here in half before the period ends, but we're still going to have to come out here in the third period and try and erase that little deficit. But we are out shooting the Wings. It's something that I think we've done pretty consistently in this series, but we were unable to do so. So nothing would happen in the third period, and the Wings are going to take game number 5, and the series is going to go 3-2. So we are going to at least need a game 6 to decide who will win, or at least if we're going to need a game 7 at the very least. But we did outshoot the Red Wings again, man. So it's tough getting that many shots on net and not even, getting any in. So Mark Denise didn't even have a bad game. It was actually a good game for Mark Denise, only allowing 2 goals. So really got to win games like that. But it's okay because we live to play another day here, and if we could clinch this one in Detroit, wouldn't that be something? So back in Hockey Town trying to win the series here, and nothing would happen in the first 2 periods. So everything is going to come down to this third and final period, unless, of course, the Wings win, and we need to play game 7. But here is the breakdown statistically heading into the third period. It's actually pretty even on both sides, but both goalies are playing amazing games right now. But off of the face-off here, we're going to take it into the zone, and Thurian Fleury's going to take it up himself here, and again, he's going to send it back to the center, and it's Todd Marchand who's going to get it past Cujo, and he's going to get himself his first playoff goal. I can't believe it's his first playoff goal. He's got to have like 6 assists, because this top line has been doing everything in the playoffs, I feel like, for us, if not them, then the second line. But Thurian Fleury sends this one back to the center to Todd Marchand. Todd Marchand takes the easier wrist shot to beat Cujo on the blocker side, just was not quick enough to get there. It looks like he might have been a little bit too focused on Thurian Fleury rather than what was directly in front of him. And even on the right, because Rick Nash was sitting over there too, he could have easily scored this one too. But the fact that we just got around Nickel Lindstrom that easily too, that's wild, crazy. Red Wings are not playing their best defense, I can tell you that much. So we take a 1-0 lead here in the third period, but there's still plenty of time left to play in it. So about halfway through the period now, Thurian Fleury once again saucers this one across the ice to Rick Nash, and he gets himself another playoff goal. And that one was just all positioning, baby, as Rick Nash gets himself his second playoff goal. And this top line has just been doing everything for us, man. They've just been absolutely lights out. We might need to prioritize keeping these 3 guys together as much as possible, because it has just been an absolute match made in heaven here as Rick Nash perfectly positioned here. Cujo didn't even attempt to make a save. He was completely lost out there. Again, focused entirely on Thurian Fleury. And I get it, dude. Thurian Fleury's been an offensive machine for this Jackets offense, but you got to remember that we got guys like Rick Nash sitting as well. So 2-0 here. Verborny has the puck now in the offensive zone. He's going to pass it right back to center to Andrew Castles with a little fancy stick work here to get it past Cujo to get his 5th playoff goal. So you want to talk about centers producing here. Andrew Castles on the second line here has been absolutely effective in the playoffs. So again, you never know who your playoff contributors are really going to be, your big ones, but Andrew Castles has really stepped up in the playoffs to get us a huge boost over the Wings in this series. So 3-0 is the score here with 3 minutes left to go. Sanderson's going to center it, and it's going to be another goal, and it's going to be another Andrew Castles goal. So we didn't see it. We're going to get the replay, but The fifth and sixth goal for Andrew Castles comes in this game here. And Cujo looks like he makes the initial save, but on the rebound tries to fight for it, but Castles was able to get his stick on it before Cujo could get his glove on it. That's at least what I'm going to guess happened. That's what it looks like happened. It was a very quick exchange. We're going to get a few different looks at it. But yeah, it looks like Cujo made the initial save, and when he tried to reach for it, Castles had already gotten the stick on it. So that's going to be a fourth goal, and that's going to be the series, ladies and germs, as your Columbus Blue Jackets come from behind, man. In the season, come from behind. Not only take the division from the Detroit Red Wings, but we also knock them out of the playoffs and end their season. So at this point, it's a complete success. We've already done more than the Columbus Blue Jackets franchise has ever done, okay, in terms of wins, points, and now playoff success. So we're going to head back into the hub world here. We're the winners 4-2, and looking over the rest of the league in the Western Conference. Vancouver beat the Wild in 5 games. The Sharks beat Calgary in 6 games, and now we're going to play the Sharks. We, of course, beat Detroit, and then Phoenix beat Dallas in 7 games. And so Phoenix and Vancouver are going to play, and then we are going to play San Jose, as I mentioned. And then on the other side, Tampa beat Philadelphia. New Jersey swept the Hurricanes. Toronto beat Atlanta, and then the Penguins beat the Islanders in 7. And so now you're going to have the Penguins and Tampa Bay, and then the Maple Leafs and the Devils. So hey, man, who knows what the Maple Leafs could do? But that's going to do it for this game, for this video. In the next video, we're going to do the semifinals. I might include the whole series, I'm not sure, but hope to see you guys there.